Hello, people. Hello, children. I'm doing part two, parents and children. I'm doing part two of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is amendments 1 through 10. Uh, 1 through, I think it's 1 through 25 or 26. I think it's 26 amendments, but I'm not going to read them all. I'm just going to read the ones I want to read about. Okay, but first I'm going to start with Section 3 from the Constitution, new states. New states may be admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new states shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state. Now, any state be formed by the junction of two or more states or parts of states without the consent of the legislation of the states concerned as well as of the Congress. The Congress shall have power to dispose of and make all needful rules and regulations respecting the territory of other property belonging to the United States, and nothing in this Constitution shall be so construed as to prejudice any claims of the United States or any particular states. Section 4. Republican governments. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislation of the executive when the legislation cannot be convened against domestic violence. Debt supremacy oaths. All debts contracted engagement entered into before the adoption of this Constitution should be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. This Constitution and the law of the law This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. But no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office of public trust under the United States. Now we're going to do the Bill of Rights. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress, of redress. I guess I say the redress. Redress. Article 2. The right to bear arms. A well-regulated military being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. Amendment 3. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, not in a time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by the law. Amendment 4. The right of people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and efforts against unreasonable searches and seizures should not be violated, and no warrant should issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particular describing the place to be searched and the person of things to be seized. Amendment 5. No person should be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the military when in extra service in time of war or public danger. Neither shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. Neither shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. Now be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now should private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Amendment 6. In the criminal prosecution, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime should have been committed, which district should have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witness in his favor, and to have the assistance of the counsel for his defense. Amendment number 7. In suits of common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury should be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury should be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Amendment number 8. Excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, not prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Amendment number 11. The judicial power of the United States should not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equality, commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state, or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president, one of whom at least should not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. They should name in the ballots the person voted for as president, and in district ballots the person voted for as vice president. And they should make district lists of all persons voted for as president and all persons voted for as vice president, and the number of voters for each, which list they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. Amendment 13. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States of any place subject to their jurisdiction. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Amendment 14. Number 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. No state should make or enforce any law which should abridge the privilege of immunities of citizens of the United States. Neither shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Neither deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. I'm going to skip 2, 3, and 4. Going to Amendment 15. The right of citizens of the United States to vote should not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. The Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Article 16. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derive without apportionment among the several states and without regard to any ceases of enumeration. Amendment 17. The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, elected by the people thereof for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. The election in each state shall have the qualification required for electors of the most numerous branch of the state legislatures. When vacancies happen in the representation of any state in the United States, in the Senate, the executive authority of such state shall issue writs of election to fill such vacancy, provided that the legislation of any state may empower the executive thereof to make temporary appointments until the people fill the vacancy by election as the legislation may direct. This amendment should be construed as to affect the election of term. This amendment should not be so construed as to affect the election of term of any senators chosen before it become valid as part of the Constitution. Okay, the 18 is about liquor. I'm moving on. Amendment number 9, the right of citizens of the United States to vote should not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Amendment 21. The 18th Article Amendment of the Constitution of the United States is hereby repealed. The transportation or importation into any state, territory, or possession of the United States for delivery or use therein of intoxicated liquors in violation of the law thereof is hereby prohibited. This article should be inoperative unless it should have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by convention in the several states, as provided in the Constitution, within 7 years from the date of the submission hereof to the United States by the Congress. Amendment 22. No person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice, and no person who has held the office of President or acted as President for more than 2 years, or a term to which some other person was elected President, should be elected to the office of the President more than once. But this article should not apply to any person holding the office of President. When this article was proposed by the Congress, and should not prevent any person who may be holding the office of President or acting as President during the term within which this article become operative from holding the office of President or acting as President during the remainder of such term. The article should be inoperative unless it should have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislature. 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission to the state by Congress. Amendment 24, I skipped 23. Amendment 24, number 1. The right of citizens of the United States to vote in any primary or other election for president or vice president, for election for president or vice president, or for senator or representative and Congress should not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state by reason of failure to pay any poll tax or other tax. The Congress should have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Skip 25. Going Amendment 26. The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age older to vote should not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. Number 2, the Congress should have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Amendment 27. No law varying the compensation for the service of the senators and representative should take effect until an election of representatives shall have intervened. Thank y'all for listening. I hope now you know some of the Constitution because I didn't read all of it. I hope you know your Bill of Rights. And for all you that think that you don't have the same rights as of all citizens of this country, if you is a United States citizen of this United States of America, you have the rights. You have the privilege. The law protect you. You are protected by law under the Constitution of the United States of America. So don't think, because of what your ancestors went through, you are denied full protection of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You are fully under the Constitution of America. Now, you know your rights. And have a blessed day. Love you.